Mac from Stout Chiropractic, and this is 5 Minutes with Mac. So today, we'll be talking about allergies and sinus infections. 'Tis the time of year. Spring is in the air, all those lovely pollens floating about, taking deep breaths of those nice spring flowers. If you don't have allergies yourself, just about everybody knows someone who has them, and they can be extremely irritating. Over 50 million people suffer from allergies every year, and that is a lot of people. In addition, over $3 billion are spent each year on doctor's visits, prescriptions, and missed work in the US, just for allergies and sinus infections alone. That's a lot of money and time that could be made up. Some symptoms of allergies include a runny nose, congestion, runny eyes. You could get a sinus headache because all the pressure building up in there, itchy skin, pretty much everything's just inflamed. So the two primary causes of allergies and sinus issues would be inflammation and infection. Oftentimes they run together. So as you can see in this picture here, you have the healthy sinuses that don't have the infection in them and they're not bright red and swollen. And the other side, you can see that there's mucus and all kinds of things caught up in there, and the lining around the sinuses are red and inflamed. So this is a combination issue right here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how chiropractic can help each side, the inflammation and the infection. Starting off with the infection, there was a chiropractic study over 6 months where they took HIV patients and adjusted them in one group and had a group that had a placebo adjustment, so a fake adjustment, and then a third group that didn't have any treatment at all. The chiropractic adjusting group had a 48% increase in helper T cells. These are the cells that help your B cells function in your immune system. So they're very, very important in immunity and with allergies, because an allergy is an immune response. In addition, the other two groups, the ones who had the fake adjustment and no adjustment at all, had an 8% decrease in their helper T cells. So not only did we help increase the number of cells, we prevented a decrease. In addition, there was another study that took 360 allergy patients and gave them adjustments. 88% had a decrease in skin itching issues, which we've all had that and it's highly unpleasant. In addition, there was a 70% decrease in seasonal allergy symptoms. So chiropractic can help with immunity by boosting those helper T cells so that things can function properly. And that in turn will help get the decrease in infection, which is a part of your sinus problems. Now, for the inflammation portion, this is where it gets fun, because when you have the inflammation in the lining of the sinuses, that can cause blockages. And while we normally have some fluid and things in there to begin with, we don't want it to be stagnant, because when that happens, infections occur, which then causes a buildup of mucus and all that congestion and runny noses and all that fun. So what chiropractic can do is there are nerves right at your brainstem where your neck connects to your skull. Basically, it's a control center for a whole bunch of things. The primary nerve we're talking about today is the trigeminal nerve. So if you look at this picture here, this is your brainstem. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff going on. But the nerve we're going to be looking at today is right here and here, the trigeminal nerve. As you can see, it is the largest nerve out of all of those in the area. So what it does is it controls the running eyes because it controls your lacrimal glands. So every time you cry, that nerve is what's responsible. It controls the lining of your sinuses. It controls your feeling of your face. It controls some of the muscles, like with chewing. It does a whole lot of things with your head. And it goes right down through into your upper neck. So if your first cervical vertebra or your skull is out of alignment, that can put pressure on it, which then can cause irritation. So with chiropractic, what we do is we make sure the bones that are in the right place so that the nerves can all function properly. In addition, the lymphatics can often get blocked up because you have a lot of lymph nodes going through here, and that's how your sinuses drain. So when your ears get tight, it drains through there. When your nose gets congested, it drains through there. So sometimes if you have a muscle that's too tight or a bone that's out of place, it can cause a blockage in your lymph system, which then causes the fluids I talked about earlier to get stagnant and infection to occur. So, to conclude, chiropractic can help with both of these issues, the inflammation and the infection. So go get checked out by your chiropractor today and see how we can help you with your seasonal allergies and your sinus infections.